Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Got a battle on the Mannerheim lab with Mage11 from PvP Plan. It's in the SMV CC-67, which is the Tier 8 version of the Italian TD line. This is the Tech Tree version. You've probably seen this at least once before on the channel, so you probably know about it, but it's got a very strong frontal armour on the turret and a gun with big alpha and a very high pen with a standard round 300 pen for Tier 8 is just really impressive. That's going to keep you active in Tier 10 battles. It's a Tier 8 battle, all Tier 8, so you do get all Tier 8 battles on the Asia server. A lot of people think that that doesn't happen, but we've seen quite a few of those battles, so we know that happens reasonably frequently. He's taking the low road here to take advantage of the gun depression and to fight it out on these corners. So it's got a teenage heavy tank in front of him. Takes a hit on his tracks. Lets it repair. That's when he's repair kit at this stage. But he can come up just on the left here and get some shots on the tanks at the back if without sort of exposing himself too far, but he's just gone to the reload first before he does that. And also those who shoot down on the tanks down below as well, but without exposing yourself. So it's just going to poke up the top, and just as he does that, takes a hit from Marty. There's sort of one of the weaknesses of the Italian TD line, is yeah, Marty can take some quite hit points off you. Now it looks like he's pretty safe from the top area there, so you can just angle here and see if you can get shots on the 112 there. He really wants to hit 112 to poke up. There we go. Gets hit from the side just as he does that, thinking he was safe, so it's probably not as safe as he thought. So he backs up a bit more to get the rock between him and the tanks on his left, and gets another shot potential at the 112. He's found T103, goes through him instead. So one more shot, doesn't want to reload at this point, it's not quite worth it. Tries to renegade, but they both bounce off each other. So a little bit frustrating at the start. Lost about half his hit points. His team's lost their first tank, but they're already 3,000 hit points down, so not looking good at this point, but what can we do here? So you can see there's some massive tanks here on this area, so let's see what difference he can make. No Capola shot there. Can he get rid of the 103? Yes, he can. So starting to even things out here. And just not quite get the gun depression he needs without exposing his lower front plate. That's going to make him a bit more vulnerable if he has to do that. Go through Capola on the TNH. So he'll switch to his high pen rounds here. It's not going to work on the 112, just a bit too angled the turret. So it's just going to the reload here. Now, so it's one of the things you really want to be careful of with reloading tanks is make it look like you're in a vulnerable position. If you are reloading and people know that, they can push on you and basically put shots in you without you being able to shoot back. So sometimes you just need to act a little bit aggressively, similar to what Mage is doing, just to make them think that you actually have a round loaded and you can take at least one hit out of them. I've always got the 50 TP there. One shot in, doesn't need to take the next shot, he's dead. Now he's got the rear of the Vipera, puts one shot in and he's still got one shot left. He can get rid of the Vipera and just comes right up close to him, take advantage of his turret not rotating, gets rid of him, and here's the 112. Gets really close to him so his gun can't get down to his lower plate, but he gets taken out by Artie. So all of a sudden things have changed. The game has just come back to form of equilibrium. He's going for the reload here, and just in time, here comes a Scorpion. He wants to push in on him, and he gets a shot in as he comes around, and just keeps rotating keeps the Scorpion away from the Scorpion's got a very slow turning gun. So he takes that shot on his tracks, puts a nice shot into him as he runs away. Scorpion might get rid of this Progetto. In fact, the Progetto's getting rushed. So he goes for the Scorpion, puts another shot in. Unfortunately, the Progetto goes down, but he's on the reload now, so he can't do a whole lot about it, apart from, yeah, just trying to keep that Renegade away. And he's just got enough of an angle here to deal with that. So they lost part of their advantage, but still early days. This game can be won or lost. So can he get rid of this Renegade? Just needs to get an angle here. Cupola on the Renegade is a weakness. There's the Scorpion. The Scorpion doesn't need to poke out much before he gets him. And he goes through the Cupola on the Renegade. You hang around in one spot too long in an American tank and you're likely to lose a fair bit of health. And there's the Cupola again, and he gets rid of him. So one more shot and he can get rid of the Scorpion, but he doesn't need to. He's taken out by the APA MX-30. And now they need to just get this push going. The enemy's been pushed way back into the corner of this map now. Still, again, a game that can be won or lost, so it doesn't pay to take too many risks here. They've got some tanks that can be one shot by Huddy. And there's some big alpha guns out there. Now he's got a Peregrine lined up. Can you get rid of him? Yes, he can. So now they've got a 3-tank advantage. Now this is probably a turning point in the game, but it's been lit. And there's one TD behind and the RT, and a fairly dangerous couple of medium tanks, so luckily they've got a reasonable hit point advantage. And so far, Mage has managed to keep on to the hit points, even though he lost a few. Now he gets another kill just as he moves forward. But he's got enough hit points to play with at this end of the game, which is really what you need. It's enough to take a hit while you're advancing without putting you off. And got the potential to get another kill here on the ISU, and he does. Nice shooting there. So that takes him up to 6 kills, and he's got his top gun. Can he get the SU? No, taken out too quickly. So great game there from Mage. 4.5k of damage. Let's go and look at the detail. Well, it was a pretty rapid fire game there from Mage. In just over 7 minutes he's managed to acquire 4.5k damage and 6 kills. So that's given him the Top Gun award and the High Caliber award for the most damage and the Ace Tanker Mastery badge. Yeah, he's damaged quite a lot of different tanks there, so good contribution. Okay, damage is almost twice, well, at least twice, no, just under twice the next player, that Progetto, that he couldn't quite save, but his EXP is well above the level of the other players, although 2 of them got close to just over 900k. And on the enemy side, the Lorraine 40T that died near the end, 3.5k, so good performance from that player, and the Renegade came out next there. So yeah, the enemy team did fold a bit, pretty close to the end there. All right, 18 shots fired, 16 hits out of that, so great shooting, 15 penetrations. Did have to use some of his premium rounds there to get through the heavy tanks. He didn't have any reserves running, and he did have to pay for some premium consumables, so in the end he lost 56k. So just to show you that it's a tech tree tank, not a premium tank there, so he's got to pay the price there for using those rounds. Anyway, great game there from Mage. Thanks very much for bringing the content to the channel. If you like the video while you're watching this, please give it a thumbs up to help the performance of the video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, that's something we'd like everyone to do if they can. We'll have more great content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.